You can't seriously believe that I have the slightest desire to become Pope.
Come on! Every cardinal has that desire.
It's Sunday Morning on CBS. And here again is Jane Pauley.
The movie Conclave was a critical and commercial success not very long ago. Now Martha Teichner tells us it's getting a second life.
Sede vacante. The throne of the Holy See is vacant.
The end and the beginning. As cardinals, played by John Lithgow and Ralph Fiennes, confront the body of a dead pope in last year's Oscar-winning film Conclave, the process of electing his successor is set in motion.
It seems the responsibility for the conclave falls upon you.
The actual conclave to elect a successor to Pope Francis will begin on Wednesday. But since his death on April 21st, huge numbers of U.S. viewers have been streaming the film.
What happened?
Around 15,000 the day before he died. 3 million since then.
This is the Villa de Medici.
So we decided to revisit the time we spent with Ralph Fiennes in Rome and then in New York City when the film came out last fall.
To the person who knows, this is not the Vatican, but I think for a film, you could believe this was an aspect of the Vatican. And actually, we shot just inside here. We used that lovely lion, this wonderful lion.
So, perhaps it's time you decided upon a name.
John. I would choose John.
Cardinal Thomas Lawrence, played by Fiennes.
I had no idea you were so ambitious.
Oh, that's a ridiculous thing to say.
Is it?
Betraying his own suppressed ambition to be Pope to another cardinal, played by Stanley Tucci.
This is a conclave, Aldo. It's not a war.
It is a war!
Both men caught up in the claustrophobic pressure cooker of papal politics. The cardinals are locked in, imprisoned, in magnificence.
And who knows how long we're going to be in here.
And secrecy. Most of the film was shot at Rome's famous Chinichita Studios.
Clothes are hugely important. And if you put on a robe like that and it hangs on you in a certain way and then suddenly it does something to you for sure, you move differently. And you're in that Sistine Chapel set that we created at Chinichita. Immediately, I mean, it was amazing shooting those voting scenes. I mean, it felt like we were in the real place. The sense of silence and ritual was palpable.
It's a context of wealth, worldly wealth. And these holy men
Supposedly.
I was going to do inverted commas signs. They are in a structure which massages their political instinct about the thing they're in, called the church.
Well, I was a political journalist, and it is politics which fascinates me. And the conclave is just for me, the ultimate election. It's the oldest election, the most extraordinary.
Robert Harris wrote the 2016 novel that inspired the film. Since Pope Francis's death, sales are up tenfold. We spoke to him last week.
It's not that I'm a kind of, seer in some way. It's just that the conclave always falls into roughly this pattern. There are traditionalists and there are reformers. There are geographical blocks. And out of this mix, a compromise candidate emerges.
In the book and the film, the traditionalist is Tedesco, the reformer, Bellini. Tremblay is a moderate, but a schemer. There's Adeyemi, the African contender. One by one, they're eliminated, and a compromise candidate, does emerge.
The thing takes on a momentum of its own, as any group would. Like a jury that suddenly swings to a verdict. This is called, within the spiritual world, the movement of the Holy Ghost through the Sistine. In the political world, it would be called momentum.
Cardinale Adeyemi, 34 voti.
Although Harris is not a Catholic, his take on what happens during a conclave is generally regarded as pretty accurate. It seems as if the idea of the book is that somehow these flawed men, who are also holy men, do arrive at the right choice.
Yes, I think it's a very good process. I think the Roman Catholic Church has immense wisdom of centuries built into it.
The film leaves you with a question. Who should lead? Who should lead a structure like the Catholic Church? Who is the person worthy of it?
But it also asks the question, will the political process that determines the leader produce the right leader?
Yeah, that is. Will it? Yeah, will it?
The film seems to say yes.
Yeah, the film does in this case say it can. It can.
It can. Ralph Fiennes, like the cardinal he plays, is a man of doubts.
I was brought up a Catholic, and then I rebelled when I was 13. My mother was a committed Catholic. On my mother's side, there are some theologians. So God questions have been in my family since I was a child.
Did you come away with anything answered of your own questions?
No, I came away with more questions.
If there was only certainty and no doubt, there would be no mystery, and therefore no need for faith.
The way that he pronounces the word faith at the end is just extraordinary.
Robert Harris is a big fan of the movie. Now Harris is watching his book come to life for real.
And so I've seen the early stages of the novel sort of unfold in front of me. And that has been a rather strange sensation, frankly, to witness this machinery going into operation.
No matter who ends up Pope, Harris, the ex-newsman turned novelist, knows a good story when he sees one.
The whole imagery of it.
You are watching it live.
The smoke coming out of the chimney. I mean, what an extraordinary, brilliant concept that is, that's entered the language and the culture of the world. This is a spectacle that plays very, very well. I'm amused, incidentally, that the conclave is going to start. I think it's on a Wednesday, isn't it? There will be a real strong feeling among the cardinals that they'd quite like to get out of Rome on the Friday afternoon. It will, it's quite an effective, shrewd deadline